Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to our channel, Foghorn 5. Are you guys HK fiends? Are you tired of Glocks and high Kappas and 1911s? Well, today we got a little bit of a lineup for you. We got the HK45CT, the USP or the PA-A1, and the Mark 23. 3 different sized handguns. This is like a compact. This is a full-size pistol, and this is an offensive-sized pistol.
Talking just about HKs, a lot of times people, are interested in looking into an HK pistol, and the most common one you'll see and hear people is, oh, I want a USP. There's a lot of cool options out there for HK. There's more than just the USP, so we're kind of here to, showcase the reasons why you might want something like this and this, because not that many of you guys have heard the term offensive pistol, but there is actually a really good place to use this, and in a lot of cases you'll see people using guns like Glocks and high Kappas as their main primary pistol. This could replace that and can be a very good comfy contender for that. So we're gonna go over just a brief history. We're gonna chrono these guns, we're gonna test them out, do some drills with them, and just kind of give our actual handheld opinion on them after shooting them and stuff to kind of relate to you guys what you think would be a good option for your potential next HK pistol in your arsenal.
Before we do that, we want to thank all the vets. We really appreciate you guys. All the content we do is kind of nerdy. And all the commenters, all of our subscribers, thank you for all the likes. We really appreciate the feedback. Just hit us up in the comments, guys, or hit us up on our Instagram. Put it up right here.
First thing Tyler wants to talk about, the history for these guns, and we're going to be going in
sequential order. So we're going smallest to largest for the pistols. So the first pistol in the lineup that we have is the HK45CT, also known as the Mark 24 Mod O. It's a compact version of the HK45. It was designed off of the 45 ACP cartridge with an emphasis on performance and concealability. It was just designed as a replacement for the Mark 23 because SOCOM was getting really tired of that big ass pistol. Next pistol we have in the lineup is the PA-A1 or the USP. It's a variant of the USP. It's used by the German military and, as far as I know, maybe the police as well. It's just known to be robust. I mean, it's a tried and true gun. It's been around since like the 80s or so. And this is just the military designation of that pistol for the German military. This pistol is a VFC, and so is the 45CT, just so you guys know. Okay. All right, so the last pistol in the lineup that we got is the KWA Mark 23 Mod O, SOCOM, and it's a large frame offensive handgun. It was made for the offensive handgun trials curated by SOCOM in the 90s. It went through extremely tough and rigorous testing. As a result, it's probably one of the most tested handguns in history. This thing can literally be put through the ringer. Like, it is the ultimate end of the world pistol if you wanted the real counterpart. If you recognize it from anywhere, it's probably Metal Gear Solid. The only thing I'm missing is the laser. It's also well known for its accuracy due to the barrel construction with plus P ammunition. The O-rings help stabilize the barrel on the real world counterpart. So yeah, but this is my favorite out of the lineup, if you could tell. Hence why I'm talking about it so much. We'll go ahead and get on with the next segment.
All right, guys, so here we got the 45CT. So what we're gonna do is just kind of take a look up close, kind of get a feel for the gun. Tyler is obviously, this is his collection, so he knows these guns better, so he'll just kind of interject, but I haven't really got to play with them and hold them, so I'm just gonna kind of take my, first time consumer eyes to see what kind of stuff I like about them and how they feel. So first thing out of this gun that I really like is it's compact. A pro and a con, I guess, for some people. Our buddy Jordan was holding it a second ago and his hands are pretty big, so his pinky was flying off, but you kind of need that magazine right there. So all the trades look great. I mean, they're etched in there real deep, and then obviously the laser cut ones are nice and vivid and they look clean. Actual trades, that's something Tyler could talk about to let us know how correct they look.
This is correct. It's just missing like one marking right here on the laser engraving.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
On this side too.
And then a lot of times in armories, you'll see them, the suppressors will have a QR code, and then sometimes they'll have a QR code on the slide somewhere. I forget where.
Yeah, I mean, this pistol is just so cool. I mean, it's kind of what you think of when you think of a tactical pistol. I mean, it's got nice little, thumb grooves right there, grip on the back right here. The grip isn't like super serrated. It's pretty dull. I've definitely held guns with a better, stippling right there. I really like this thumb groove, and also for you left-handy guys, it's fully ambidextrous, which is really nice. Going off over appearances, plastic feels great, plastic looks great. The metal on the slide for this particular gun, to me, I don't think is the best looking. I think out of the lineup, the metal, maybe it's just the paint job, isn't as clean as some of the other ones. I'd say as far as what you can get in Airsoft, this is a very well made feeling gun. As far as weight wise, you know, it feels like a whole unit. Nothing really feels hollow. Even when the mag is out, it feels nice and, you know, chunky in the hands. A little bit of wobble, but you know, you're gonna kind of get that with any Airsoft gun. But yeah, all right, next up here we got the P8A1 USP. Very common. You're probably gonna see these in every Airsoft store you're gonna walk into. First thing I'm just gonna talk about is the serrations on this are a lot nicer. You know, you could definitely feel it gripping into my hands right there, but it's a totally different system. You know, it's these little triangles. Definitely isn't going to fall out of your hand. So you're not, you know, you're missing out on those thumb grooves, even though there is actually a little bit. You can kind of feel it. I don't know if you'd even see it, but it's like just, you could just feel it in the texture. But this gun, I don't think is going to slip out of your hands much like the other one. And, you know, it's not compact. So, you know, your pinky's not going to fall off when the magazine is out. This metal slide, it looks a lot better. I don't know what they did with this paint job. Maybe this is Cerakote and the other one's powder coated, but you can kind of see that like stipply look that a lot of gun metals have. Definitely a plus as far as just aesthetics and stuff. I think the markings are a little bit more of a harsher cut, so they kind of read a little bit better. Laser etched engravings look great too. Coming over on the side, you got you know, the HK right there, and also on the barrel, which is a very cool feature. This gun just, you know, very cool, very badass, and it's really kind of like a well-rounded gun. Like, I think anyone can just really pick up and enjoy, where the other two guns are a little bit more of a user-picked experience. Yeah, you know, so
a bit of an acquired taste.
Yeah, yeah. So just kind of like, you know, this would be, I'd say, the Glock or the high Kappa of HK. Just very comfy, and you know, I think anyone can really enjoy this pistol. All right, and right here we got the Mark 23, the US SOCOM Mark 23. So I'm gonna just go right back into it. Now, even this serrating is a lot more aggressive. So I don't know what it is about this one. This one is just a lot sharper. I could just feel it. Actually, I mean, you can even see it rubbing off on my fingers right there. But yeah, this one is even better. The stippling right here, it looks pretty aggressive, but it's pretty smooth, to be honest. The engravings on this, I'll say, are definitely not as good. You can kind of see, it kind of looks like some of the paint like stuck on some of them, like right there in the C. So they're not as deep, or maybe just not as thick of an engraving. They're still there, still looks great. And once again, for, you know, this really being the only one on the market for Airsoft, I mean, I'm not going to complain.
It's the only gas blowback version of this gun.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Oh yeah, right, because TM makes the non-blowback.
The non-blowback, and Novrich makes his own like copy of the gun.
Right, yeah. I think the gun metal look on the previous gun looked a little bit better, but this still looks better than I think the 45. Also, a fucking huge gun. I have a Deagle at home, a Desert Eagle, and this thing is literally just as big as that. So this is a massive gun. Like it says in the name, an offensive pistol. This thing is huge. You know, that's just the plus of having a nice big gun, yet nice room to rest your palm right here. On some of those other compact guns, you know, your fingers are so close together that you don't have like a nice palm rest right here on the gun, but on this, you still have it right there. The safety is ambidextrous, but not any of the other controls. So lefties, go back to hell where you belong. This gun doesn't have any of the laser etched engravings. I don't know if it's supposed to.
It is missing some markings, I think.
Okay.
Also, the VFC guns are both the Asia edition in this particular video. KWA, there's a certain version that I had to like track down. This one was really hard to find. I think it had something to do with these it was deep engraved markings. The like US and Europe versions laser etched, gotcha. Which are really lame.
Final thoughts, just plastic overall build quality. I mean, after all the KWA guns I've held in my life, this definitely feels like a KWA gun. Feels like the same kind of polymer. With all these, I think these are kind of cream of the crop for Airsoft, so there's not really much to complain about and pick apart. It's just gonna be kind of personal preference whether or not you want, you know, big old chunky gun, medium-sized gun, or nice compact gun. Now
we're gonna get into chronoing all these guns, and after that we're gonna go ahead and do a little precision shot test just to see how their groupings are. This is the 45CT. We're shooting 2 5s, and we're gonna shoot 3 shots. 345, 1.46 joules. 354, 1.46 joules again. That's pretty damn consistent. And 344, 1.38 joules. That's very, very good in my opinion. But that's just 3 shots. We're not taking into account like cooldown and whatnot. Now I'll go ahead and see how accurate I am, because the gun is only as accurate as you are. using the tripod as a prop. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty good. I mean, they're going straight.
And this is at 10 meters.
10 meters, yes.
Yeah, so we're shooting all the way over there. Jordan, say hi. All right, yeah, let's check out these groupings. Sorry, I wasn't really looking.
Groupings are pretty good.
So you're
going straight.
You're obviously going just straight for A, right?
Yeah, and and I don't know if the hop is set. But yeah, groupings are pretty damn good. I mean, you'll be able to hit people.
Yeah, nice and straight.
At a decent range. Snappy.
It actually sounds really cool for an airsoft gun.
Yeah. Now we got the HK PA-A1 or the USP. Check if this is actually loaded. No, okay, we're good. We're gonna go ahead and do the chrono on this guy. Also shooting 2 5s. And we're gonna do 3 shots. 274.87 joules. I don't know why it's so much lower. 297, 1.03 joules. 304, 1.8 joules. See what the groupings will be like on this guy. Aiming for A zone. I'm gonna do 5 shots once again. Okay, super high. But I mean, all we're really doing is trying to get an idea of the groupings, not where I'm actually hitting. Just trying my best to keep it steady as I go through each shot.
Checking out groupings like this, you know, some of you guys might be watching this video and being like, oh, like why are they shooting unhopped, like unproperly hopped guns?
Doesn't really matter. As long as your point of aim is at the same spot, then you're getting an idea of your groupings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
groupings are decent, you know.
Comparatively to from one gun, this gun right here, to this one right here.
This is just going in a more straight line, in my opinion.
They seem very, very equal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the performance is too different from the two.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just because they're both VFC. So let's see if the KWA actually does any different compared to these two.
Probably not as snappy as the 45CT.
No, definitely not as snappy.
Nice shooting experience, in my opinion. So now we got the Mark 23, the big boy. This is the last one before we do the drill test. We were just gonna do some drills, see how these guns fare when doing some drills. We'll go ahead and chrono this bad boy. We are shooting .25s with this guy. And let's see how it does. 368, 1.57 joules. 371, 1.6 joules. 361, and 1.52 joules. Pretty damn good.
So was that the highest shooting gun?
Yes, this is definitely the hardest shooting gun, probably due to the longer barrel. It's probably also due to the nozzle not being as restricted. Maybe KWA just has more oomph with their guns because of that reason. So
have these guns in power line up gone sequentially properly?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or no, the USP. The USP was quite a bit weaker.
Yeah, so so far it's been USP on the bottom, 45 middle, and Mark 23 up top.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Shoot this guy at the target. It's so big that propping it is kind of weird. I ran out of gas and I shot at the target a couple times. What the fuck?
KWA versus VFC right here. I mean, it's good to get that kind of comparison on camera right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's an older system, so it's just not as reliable, but it is a cool gun, so. It's light striking the valve right here.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? On my Mac 10, I had an issue one time where the valve was too tight, and I think that's a KWA issue.
That could be.
So that might just be something that needs to be adjusted.
Very well be it. Okay, so my first shot, I was aiming kind of low, so I kind of stayed around this point. I'm not worrying about what zone I'm shooting for. I'm just trying to shoot off of that same reference point. Yeah, I mean,
this grouping isn't as good.
No, this grouping is not as good.
I think that's a clear indicator of just the difference between these two companies, VFC versus KWA, because even in our previous video talking about the KWA versus VFC MP7, it's just a thing between the fact that KWA just doesn't upgrade their systems and they're not new, you know? These guns could be a lot better if, you know, KWA just worked on them or if VFC just made them, honestly.
Yeah, VFC should make the Mark 23. Tired of seeing high Kappas and 1911s and Glocks. Like, we need to see some cool guns out in the market. All
right, now, so we're going to start
Cut.
I'm sorry.
We talked about
All right, guys, so I'm gonna do the drill portion of this video. So basically, I'm just gonna run each one of these guns through 3 drills. We're gonna do a Mozambique, so that's 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. I'm gonna do a reload drill, just from empty, take it, bring it, and shooting. And then I'm gonna do standing, kneeling, prones. So you really can't get an opinion until you've shot it and really worked with it. So.
Monkey, are you ready?
Beep. Beep. This is just kind of coming down to shooter performance. You know, this isn't really anything specifically about the gun, but I'm just gonna mark them off. So we got 2 ready. So as far as a Mozambique drill, I mean, I did pretty decent. Of course, I didn't hit A zone, but I mean, I went across the body. I got 1 headshot, missed the head right there. I'll be in like resting.
Yeah. Beep. Shooter, are you ready?
Yeah.
Monkey, are you ready? Ape, are you ready?
Yeah, I said yeah. Beep. Okay, so we got right there. And right there.
Yeah,
so
good.
First impression with kind of being under pressure like that and pulling the gun out, just because it's a little small, it's kind of just hard to manipulate. Like I kind of found myself fumbling putting the mag in,
right,
grabbing it. With practice, I could probably do better. Yeah, it's a little funky just because it's so small.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel as practical, huh?
And also my glove was getting caught right here putting the mag in.
Yeah. It's
kind of pinching it. So that's kind of something that you're gonna get when you have that, you know, overhang on your finger like that.
Right, right.
Beep. Ooh. This gun, even though I have issues with like reloading it right there, but it's nice because it's so compact. Like it didn't feel cumbersome to do those movements.
Right.
Beep. Oh, here we go. Yeah, kind of final opinions. I mean, it's compact, so you're gonna kind of get the issues that come with a compact gun like that. Kind of hard to navigate in a pinch. I do kind of like bigger sized pistols because of that reason. They're not so difficult to navigate when you're, you know, actually doing reloads. But with it sitting in your holster already loaded, it's so compact and so maneuverable. You know, it doesn't feel cumbersome in your hands at all. So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship, of course. I don't know. I think to give my honest opinion, I need to try the other ones first. So let's move on to the next one. The USP now. I'm gonna just go ahead and do the same thing. So we're gonna do those Mozambiques again. Beep.
That one chugs a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Beep. I think I'm a little bit more off than I was the last time. So guys, my dad is watching and he has his 1911 here and he's got a lot of pressure right now. So Dad, it's okay.
You hit that damn target, boy.
My dad always says they don't make 45s like they used to.
They don't make 45 like they used to.
Beep. Oh, what'd I do this time?
Sounds safe.
No, it's not. Oh, fuck. Dude, me with the safe.
And that reverse safe is so fucking weird.
You gotta give me the ready, bro.
Ready?
Yep. Beep. Oh, I think it was absolute miss. Beep. Right off the bat, I'm not having as many issues navigating with the gun.
Yeah.
I mean,
except for the manual of arms.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with airsoft guns, like a lot of times, like if you rack it, it'll shoot, but if you pull hammer back, it won't shoot. And it's like some guns do it, some guns don't. So it's like,
yeah,
remembering exactly which gun is gonna do it.
Problem with that.
45! Navigation to the gun so far, I mean, it's a lot easier trying to reload it. I'm not really used to shooting pistols, so I still kind of struggle, but just as far as getting caught up on shit and, you know, like doing all this, I think I was navigating it a bit better than I was previously.
Right.
No son of mine shoots 9.
That's a cheater's caliber.
Beep! Beep! Yeah, that's the one that I heard, that little ding. Oh, I must have... Oh, damn, I think I hit the target and it flew off to the side because I saw one fly.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I was aiming center for all these. I mean, I got good ones right there, you know, still hitting right there. I shot him in the dick right there, but I think still same thing as what I was saying before. Perfect, like middle size pistol that it's like, it feels very comfortable. Even in that pinch, I wasn't struggling with the reloads. That other pistol, the 45, you're definitely gonna have to practice those reloads a little bit more. I felt like I could just navigate the gun a bit better. All right, guys, so now I got the Mark 23. Now we're getting into the big boy. This is a offensive pistol. So for a lot of you guys out there running just high kappas and stuff like that, this could be a good replacement for you because it's a nice, comfortable, full-size pistol.
Extra sized.
Extra sized. Yeah, this is the
Ecolar.
yeah, the plus size.
Plus size.
Yeah, this motherfucker's using Trojan XLs. I think especially in the airsoft world, you know, getting as much barrel out of a gun as possible is definitely going to be a good thing. Even people that run high capas all the time, I hear them struggle with range, and you know, maybe if they upgrade to something like this, it could be a very good replacement for that kind of style of player. Beep. Ooh, that shit's farting on me. Beep.
Again.
Tyler just had a genuine crash out, so within the gun having that little sputter or whatever, took apart the whole thing, decided that he's gonna work on his gun over the sand and dropped the same spring in the sand 2 times. It was fully lubricated with grease. So we had to clean that shit.
Here,
No, don't touch it because you're gonna,
a little bit. I'm
gonna wipe you a little bit, bro. He just spilled his water and he was screaming over there. So actual crash out simulator 2025. So for fuck's sake, we're gonna continue and we're just gonna start over and do the same drill. So
all right, so we lubed the gun, so hopefully it should actually cycle.
Yeah, so with all that being said, we actually did accomplish something other than crashing out. Beep. Okay, now we're actually functioning. Yeah, cool. Beep. All right, let's go check it out. I think there's a couple we didn't mark off, but I think I was hitting these right here.
Yeah.
And then I hit this one.
That looks right.
Hit one right there in the neck, in the shoulder, and I think one flew over the head. Yeah, it's really comfy. I mean, obviously with a bigger pistol, it's gonna allow more of, you know, room to just grip it and stable. It feels stable. So yeah, now I'm curious to try these reload drills with the biggest grip out of these. Beep. Oh, I totally missed. Beep. Damn, I missed that one too. I think it's just kind of heavy up front, so I'm swinging around. I'll do one more. Beep. I popped a BB out when I went for it. I don't think I hit any of those. Huh. Just presenting the gun, you know, this longer barrel kind of swings around more, you know, so it takes a little bit more probably practice to learn how to muscle through it and really straighten it out in those moments of stress like that. That was my first thing. I was like, wow, like my shots are just going everywhere just because I can't muscle it down. I mean, maybe I should have just been trying to take it a bit more slow. That's kind of the whole point. I'm first time buyer opinion, you know?
You're new, bro.
I'm new. Beep. Immediately, once you get the moment to actually properly position the gun, yeah, it's really like just a smooth and
stable,
yeah, stable shooting experience.
Yeah. Beep.
Well, there's a little bit of proof of concept. I mean, you know, yeah, lubing up the gun, getting it working a bit better is obviously gonna make it perform better. So very last thing, just gonna test all of the triggers. That's something that we like to do, just kind of how they feel. For all these guns are double action and single, so I'm gonna test it in both ways. So double action, so got a lot of squish to muscle through right there. Break, so the reset is barely there. You don't really get much of a like click that you feel. You hear it. Not the most positive reset, but a very nice feeling trigger when you're going from that double action. Let's try this single. Yeah, you could feel the wall, but you could still squeeze all the way through it. It's not like a very hard wall. And that reset, barely there. The reset is even lighter once it's in the single action configurement. All right, now onto the USP. We're gonna do the same thing. So from double action, ooh, okay. So that one has like 2 walls.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
Click right there, and then second wall. I like this one a lot better. Mm-hmm. The reset's pretty much the same. I mean, it does feel a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier of a reset. Let's try it from here. Oh, yeah, that's even lighter. That whole squish all the way down. Reset. Yeah, very, very small reset. From double action, this gun feels a lot nicer, but from single, it's not as good as the 45 was. So those are the VFCs. Let's try the KWA. Lastly, the big boy. So here we go. I'm gonna go from double action right now. Oh wow, so the trigger, once
long reset.
Yeah, super long reset. And once the trigger is pulled, it's like a hair trigger. It's so light. Yeah. Like there's no force going up against my finger this way. Let's try it here. Oh my God. That's so light.
Isn't that nice though?
like super light right here. There's hardly any muscle to go through that. And then it is actually nice because it's light, and then you get like an actual crack right there. And the reset is way nicer out of this 3 lineup. Yeah, I definitely say the KWA trigger is the best.
And not just because this one is my favorite, but this one
actually has the nicest trigger. Yeah,
it's my favorite trigger out of the bunch.
Yeah, hopefully you guys can kind of tell and see that through us, you know, putting them through like that. My personal opinion, I think I would probably have more fun with that gun, playing with this gun, but I think this is the USP is the better secondary experience because it wasn't so compact where I'm running into issues when I need to use it in a pinch. It's just solid, and I think it kind of goes to show why this gun is the most popular, because it really is just a super nice platform. But that's just my opinion. Definitely times where you might want to be running a super light kit. I mean, this is like pretty much a concealable handgun right here. So depending on your kit and depending on how much you like compact weapons, this might be perfect for you. It does have a lot of benefits. Obviously, you know, drawing it, pulling it out and maneuvering it feels natural. It feels almost just like my hand itself, you know? Something like this, it's so big and cumbersome, but that doesn't take away from the fun because it's a really enjoyable shooting experience.
It's a really unique handgun to use.
Yeah, it's, you know, not really a lot of handguns out there like it. And yeah, like, you know, reloading is a little cumbersome and, you know, some stuff like that. But once you get the gun aimed out and on your target, it feels like it's pretty dead set, you know? So definitely for me, I would probably have the most fun with this. Like just the day of shooting this would be really fun. This would probably be my favorite secondary. I mean, I wouldn't say that I don't like this gun at all, but it just isn't my pick for, you know, a pinch or anything like that. Maybe just also because my hands are kind of long and it's hard to, you know, maneuver and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my personal opinion.
That's surprising that you said, because before you were saying that one was your favorite.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, the thing is, it's like the most comfy. Like in your hands, it's real comfy, but as soon as I started using it, I felt like I kind of ran into the issues.
With it, yeah.
But I mean, that's just something with practice, you know? If it was my own personal, you know, gun that I was shooting all the time, you have to get used to it.
The 45CT is probably my second favorite. It's just super comfy. I have smaller hands, so it suits me well. They're all HK style controls, but everything lends itself in a nice spot for my hands. I've always liked the USP. The same exact thing, it's just the safety's reversed. Compared to the 45, I mean, this feels right at home. Probably my third favorite. This is my favorite. I love this gun. Like, just looks alone, it feels really cool in the hands. It's just a unique experience for sure. This one doesn't perform as well as the others, so if you're looking for performance, I probably wouldn't pick this one.
With all that being said, I hope you guys were able to kind of get a good understanding of what's going on between these 3 pistols and wondering what's the difference. Now this video kind of shows you the difference, and if you're in the market for a HK pistol, you know, hopefully this kind of clarifies some things, kind of give you a little bit of insight on, you know, some of these pistols that you don't get to see a lot of guys carrying out on the field.
Thanks SOCOM for making cool guns.
Yeah, thanks Germany, thanks SOCOM, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Avita's in.
Oh shit, an ant!